The FBI and everybody knows if we hadn't stopped at that light, it probably would have been. Now they trying to go into court and say because his company wasn't existed at that time.
Recently, the presence of Diddy Combs has sparked significant criticism. Indeed, the one who previously served as a source of inspiration for all of us. However, he is currently facing a significant threat. The FBI confiscated his properties in Miami and Los Angeles as part of their investigation into claims of sex trafficking and other illegal activity. The music industry has been profoundly affected by the entire affair. Visualize FBI agents forcefully entering Diddy's luxurious homes. He appears to have been abruptly shaken out of his extravagant lifestyle by coercion. While secrets have long been present in hip-hop culture, the current situation represents a heightened level of secrecy. Despite Diddy's recent media coverage, today marks the formal day. Curious and unusual details about Diddy's group are emerging following the conclusion of the FBI raids. Since it has come to light that he has been abusing and taking advantage of people for years, the less glamorous side of his appeal has come to light. This type of action appears to be part of a long-standing trend rather than being limited to one or two isolated occurrences. Diddy has a darker side, as proven by the harassment and assault charges that have surfaced from parties and his record business, among other places. Cassidy Ventura's open statements motivated many to speak their stories. More and more people are publishing testimony of victims who survived Diddy's alleged cruelty and lies. It appears like the shroud of fear and stillness that is enveloping him is finally shattering. These claims create a frightening image of a person who exploited their position of responsibility to injure others. Finding out about the people he is supposed to have influenced is heartbreaking. However, there is hope when survivors speak up and demand justice, especially in light of recent instances that have brought these types of concerns to light. Diddy's former security, Gene Deal, has recently been pretty honest about how terrible Diddy's legal issue is. He spoke with Art of Dialogue in a very open manner. If Diddy was found guilty, Gene swore to give him more punishment than simply a slap on the wrist in probation. He feels Diddy might be liable to incredibly terrible penalties, like his death sentence. It's not simply idle conversation either. Diddy could possibly be in significant danger. According to Gene Deal, the electronic and video evidence acquired during the FBI raids is authentic. Diddy may face federal prosecution for offenses like sex trafficking. He may spend the rest of his life behind prison if found guilty. These are not baseless charges. Should the prosecution establish its case, Diddy's life would be radically impacted. A wealthy person would find it terrible to contemplate that he might spend all of eternity in prison. Diddy's legal troubles won't be settled anytime soon, though. That much is certain. Everyone is waiting to see if Diddy would have to answer to the music for the things that have tarnished his reputation as the federal agents carry out their probe. That's why no one knew Diddy's location when the FBI searched his luxurious mansions in Miami and Los Angeles. Many first believed he may have traveled to Antigua to escape away from the mayhem. In truth, though, he wasn't truly present. Soon after the raids, TMZ witnessed Diddy becoming a touch upset at the Miami airport. Additionally, he was apparently observed at another Miami airport, according to Daily Mail UK. Nobody is confident of his location in spite of all of these charges. People want to know if he is hiding or running for his life till things calm down. People conjecture about everything. Some individuals say Diddy could have been aware of the raids and was plotting how to get away from them. There are also suspicions that he is getting backing from covered groups. But regardless of Diddy's location, it's evident that this is far from finished. Everyone is waiting to see if Diddy will face the music or if he will be able to avoid the FBI once more. Diddy is still wanted by them. However, it is a truth that even the most well-known individuals are governed by the law. The attorneys foreseeing Diddy Combs are seeking that the claims of sexual assault against him be dropped. They submitted a request to the court saying that because too much time has transpired, the plaintiff is no longer able to remember the specific day or season of the stated occurrence. Diddy's legal team is presently putting up a strong case, saying that the FBI raids were unjust and took him by surprise. Diddy is innocent according to his attorney Aaron Dyer and prepared to battle any claims leveled against him. They believe that a smear campaign has been initiated circulating a lot of incorrect information on Diddy. However, there is suspicion that Diddy could have been aware of the attacks in advance and had an escape strategy. Others assume that he could have acquired information to either delete the evidence or disappear from sight from a law enforcement source. In an almost bizarre way, he managed to vanish from view. However, things escalate when Gina Hine, better known as Virginia V, comes forward and claims that Diddy mistreated her psychologically and physically. Her narrative portrays a darker side to Diddy that hasn't been seen until now, and it fits in nicely with other accounts we've heard recently. Hines' bold choice to come out proves that even affluent persons like Diddy are liable for their acts. Everyone is waiting to see if Diddy will ultimately answer to the music for the things he is accused of because the FBI is still investigating the case. But when more victims come forward and the evidence builds, Diddy's affluent lifestyle might not appear quite as appealing. Will he escape this unscathed, or will justice ultimately catch up with him? All we can do is wait and see. Shortly after one of his accusers struck out MG Looming, a Universal Music subsidiary, from the complaint, Diddy made an odd Instagram post. Diddy's former employee, Roddy Jones, has already accused him of sexual abuse. Meanwhile, he is now saying that his claims against Looming and UNG were false. Prior to this, Jones stated that Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, and the firm were condemning Diddy's unlawful behavior. However, it looks that he has abruptly altered his mind. It appears that there was a run-in between the Universal Music Group and Tyrone A. Blackburn, Rodney Jones' attorney, last month. They claim to be unrelated to Diddy's Love Records company and to be unaccountable for the actions taking place. Then on May 13, Billboard claimed that Rodney Jones had reconsidered. He repudiated his claims against Lucian Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group and UNG Recordings and Motown Records. He acknowledged that there was no basis in law to hold them liable for anything. Following all of that, on May 14, Diddy made an incredibly enigmatic social media post. "Time tells truth," he said on Instagram, but it was the last thing he spoke. Many assume that he could be referring the lawsuit charges brought against Rodney Jones, which he has been disputing. Social media has been used by followers to vent their disgust and dismay about the expanding Diddy issue. On social media, someone commented, "After making a little money, these individuals act like beasts. How awful this situation is for the folks concerned." One reader commented, "It's awful how these celebs think they can get away with anything." Another person said, "I hope Diddy got his just desserts." Hence, these opinions symbolize the developing dissatisfaction among individuals who once held the hip-hop legend in high regard, but are now having to cope with the surprising claims brought against him. But fans' harsh ideas and sentiments regarding Diddy's impending jail had also swept throughout social media. One user made the smart statement, "Is Diddy going to run like a scalded dog when he is arrested and bonded out?" To which another remarked, "I'll believe it when I see it," in regard to the findings of the probe. These wealthy individuals continuously seem to get away with everything. Yes, a lot of Diddy's fans are still anxious about him because they know he might face major legal implications. It's probable that the examination into Diddy's alleged wrongdoing would take several unforeseen endeavors. The voyage ahead will undoubtedly be fascinating and interesting, with court cases and maybe arrests among the shocks. Diddy's kingdom is covered in storm clouds that don't look to be rising anytime soon. Despite all the uncertainty, there is an urgent need to find the truth and hold persons responsible for the hip-hop mogul's behavior as the globe struggles with the awful charges leveled against him. But what do you think about the Diddy dispute? Do you believe he'll be able to get away with it, or do you think justice will be served? Drop your opinions in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed today's video and want to know more about celebrity tea like this, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.